Hey everybody, Tony D with one final hot take this evening. I'm sorry, I got to talk about the CHAZ again. It fascinates me so much because, I wrote this book called Wokistan, a Novel with Christian Baranek. And, although we weren't the only ones to see this kind of stuff happening, certainly Brett Weinstein, formerly of Evergreen College, saw it. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast. And if you haven't seen the Evergreen College stuff, this happened a few years ago. Watch those videos because that's the wind up to what's happening now in the CHAZ and why Wokistan has come to life. It's sort of a logical extension of this crazy ideology, these woke identity politics that's just consuming Twitter and social media, and every college student is just like, they're out of their minds. Not all of them, but quite a few of them. They're all caught up in it. It's a trend. They think they've taken the mantle of the hippies and are doing something great and wonderful, and they're just, they might as well be crapping their pants. That would be less embarrassing than the stuff they're doing in the CHAZ. Even a cursory look at history would show you that this is incredibly wrong and racist, what they're doing in the CHAZ. So here's the latest. So in the CHAZ, as we know, they segregated part of their garden as for being black and indigenous people, which is already kind of weird and racist. But now they have a black-only space, right? It's a space, you got to be black to be in here. And the weird thing is, it seems to be the white activists deciding to segregate the black people. And it's weird to me that black people would go along with this. But it's these kids who don't know their own history. If you were a black person who remembered segregation or read about segregation, and a white person came up to you and said, "Hey, I've just created this place only for black people. Why don't you come on in?" They'd be like, What are you, nuts? What are you, crazy? That's segregation. No, don't do that. Put those signs down. Destroy all the signs. But these kids, they don't know anything. So off they go. BLM and Antifa, so they go into this black-only space, and they're trying to figure out who goes there because, there's a lot of mixed race people, right? So what if you're mixed race? What if you don't particularly look black? What if you look more like, who's that guy? Sean King, right? Like Sean King, you look at him, is he black? Is he white? You're not sure. And I think he's black. But it's like that boyfriend Elaine Bennis had on Seinfeld. Like, she didn't know if he was black because he kind of looked black, but thought, he's white. And then she didn't know when Jerry asked, and it was a whole episode. So it's just weird to me that anybody would go along with this who had even an inkling of history. But these are the woke idiots who have taken over the CHAZ. Well, I shouldn't say taken over the CHAZ. They built the CHAZ. And now it's all blowing up in their faces. Between Raz Simone, and you saw my video on that, and these Antifa morons, they're so stupid. Antifa as an organization, it's not an organization. It's just, you know what it is? There's a book which we talk about in Wokistan, Rules for Radicals. It was written by Saul Alinsky, and it came out in 1971. And it really came out of the hippie days of that protest movement. And it was Alinsky explaining how to make the movement work and how to use mostly nonviolent tactics to manipulate people and manipulate the optics. Antifa has taken that and really applied it. But the problem is they don't have anything beyond smash the state. They're kind of like the underwear gnomes on South Park, because the underwear gnomes were like, collect underwear, ? Profit. Antifa's like, smash the state, ? Utopia. and no one knows what goes in between. So every time they do something like smash a place up, you know, nothing happens because they don't have any follow up. They don't have any follow up to that. So it begs the question, what would they actually do if they actually manage to destroy the United States, which they'll never do. But imagine if they did, like, what would they do? It would probably turn into the CHAZ, right? It would be like the first couple of guys who came along with guns would start bossing people around, and maybe they start taking their money. Maybe they start shooting people. You don't know. You don't know. You would have warlords. I mean, that's what you have when you have total anarchy, right? You have warlords who just set up shop and say, well, I run this area now. Pay me money or we'll shoot you in the face. What are you going to do? These people don't understand the system anymore. They've decided that since there's a problem with the system, they're going to throw the whole system out. It's sort of like, well, I got this pizza, but there's like a weird spot on the pizza I don't like, so I'm throwing the whole pizza away. And then, like, your friends at the pizza party are like, well, why don't you just tear that piece off or just eat the other slices? Nope, let's throw the whole pizza away. And that's communism in a nutshell. You're just throwing away pizzas. So here's the big takeaway in the news of CHAZ. It may be finally coming to an end. The mayor of Seattle, who is just another woke moron, has finally decided, well, as I predicted, by the way, well, it's time to end this. Now, things have gotten out of hand. Oh, really? I thought it was. She called it the Summer of Love. I thought it was one big block party. I thought Donald Trump was overreacting. No, you were trying to bait Trump into sending in the army so you could say, oh, this is a disgrace. These people are peaceful protesters. And I'm sure all your media contacts would be happy to front for you, but they can't, can they? You're being screwed by your own constituents in the CHAZ who protested you almost immediately when they took the place over. They immediately went to City Hall and staged a rally, and basically it was against you. And you got a city councilwoman who's even left of you, who's obviously vying for your job. And she's probably going to get it if the CHAZ inhabitants have any say in it, and if they actually, take a shower and maybe go vote. I don't think any of these people will vote, though, because they're idiots. And if you're going to smash the state and you don't believe in the system, why would you vote? Why would you do anything other than sit around in communist bookstores and coffee shops and complain? Your days are coming to an end, Antifa, so enjoy it now. Because once Trump's reelected, well, he didn't have to worry about his image at that point. And the FBI is coming down on you guys. There's already rumblings on the internet from Antifa guys saying, oh my God, we're facing 10 years in prison. No S, dummies. You're facing prison, as I predicted. I predicted that the mayor would finally turn against you. She has to. She has no other choice. Either the CHAZ is going to burn to the ground along with her political career, or she has to go in there and take the place back. Because Trump didn't take the bait, and you guys got to clean up your own mess. Basically, all you ended up creating was a 24-hour news cycle, again, for Trump. Another thing that he could point to and go, well, do you want this, or would you like a really nice economy that I built right before the virus? I think most people are going to vote for that really nice economy. I don't think anybody's going to vote for the CHAZ or the CHOP, or to have roaming packs of idiots roaming the street and tearing down statues. I mean, he has endless footage to play for his campaign commercials to scare the crap out of people. And people are scared. Congratulations. You scared them Republican. You scared them to the gun store, and you're going to scare them right to vote Republican. So many people I know cannot wait for the next election to vote for Trump. It's ridiculous the way they talk. I mean, they can't wait. They are such enthusiastic supporters of Trump. And most of these people I talk to are liberals, or they considered themselves liberals for a long time. They were liberals in the 80s and 90s, and they voted for Bill Clinton like me, and they were moderates. And when they see the Democratic Party now, their jaws just drop, because it's just an S show over and over again. And this is another example of what an S show the left has become. You've allowed this to fester instead of like drawing a line and saying, no, we're not socialist, we're not communist. You go this far, you're out of the party. We want nothing to do with you. That's what the Republicans eventually had to do with their own party, with their extremists. They drew a line in the sand and they said, no, if you cross this line, we kick you out of the party. Now, much to the credit of Democrats and progressives, they pushed the Republican Party into doing that. They evolved over the years. Now it's time for the Democrats to do that same evolving. But they're resisting and resisting and resisting. It's only through a massive defeat will they finally do it. And quite frankly, their defeat is looming so big and so large, I am predicting that the entire party is going to implode. The party will implode to the point where people will actually consider other parties. And we may have a situation in which we have a few Democrats left, and then the Greens. Maybe the Greens finally come into their own and they pick up a few seats or whatever. But you're going to see Republicans pretty much everywhere. And I think this is a good thing, because you're going to eventually see the Republicans maybe break away, and it might be Republicans and Libertarians. It'd be great. It'd be great to have like 4 parties. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice to have 4 choices on a ballot, like real choices, real political parties who hold real power in places? I think it would be good. I don't want to see the social Democrats win anything, quite frankly. But, I think they should be allowed to run. I'm not against them running, but, the CHAZ, it's done. It was crazy. I'm sad that people got hurt. I didn't think it had to come to that. But that's what Wokistan is. So anyhow, if you want to learn more about Wokistan, check out the book at Amazon. Ebook, Kindle Unlimited is free. Read the book before it's banned, because no one escapes Wokistan.